Hello and welcome back to Catch and Cook California. As of a couple days ago, I am Dr. Kev, and I'm back here with my good buddy Chensi after like a year. Boom!
Yeah, almost a year and a half, man.
Has it been that long?
I think so, because anyways, it's been a while.
A year and a half. So, I was writing my dissertation. That is done. Done. I don't have to do that anymore. And while I was doing this, it was like right at the tail end, I went out for a walk with Diane and her sister and her niece, and we're walking along in this clamming area, and I just hear behind me this laughter, and I'm like, I know that laugh. And I turn around, this guy's like shoulder deep in the mud, like pulling clams out, and it was good to see you, but it was bittersweet because I wasn't done yet, but now I'm done. What do we have on the menu? We're gonna do some poke pulling in the intertidal. We're gonna bounce around the landscape out here and do some foraging. I'm gonna try and find some wild strawberries, which are one of my favorites. Let's hop to it. Oh man, I just woke up. What am I gonna do today? Let's let fate decide. King Neptune has spoken. Let's go. So you can see I'm trying to keep it parallel. I'm trying to get this poke pull as deep as I can back in there, because a shelf like this, it'll often have multiple fish all stacked up in there. I've also got a theory that the eels like to be under rocks that are covered with seaweed because that's their main food source. Dude, this goes back in there like 3-4 feet, and I'm just working my way along, just kind of poking in, and I'll let it sit for maybe 20 seconds. I'll move to the next spot, because that eel might be over here, and if I put the bait over here, he's not going to swim over. He's waiting for me to put it right in front of him. Alrighty folks, it's a nice little black and yellow. It's not huge, but we only need a couple of fish because Chensi, well, we only need one. Chensi already caught one, he's got a couple of crab in the bag, and we're just doing a simple ceviche today. So normally I'd throw them back if they're about that size. Today I'm gonna keep this one. Let me dispatch it. So when the mouth opens and the eyes dilate, you know it's dead. It's not going to suffer anymore. Grab them by the mouth there. You can also grab them in the gills, but you want to keep that grip on there just in case there's one last little flick and it ends up in the water. You don't want to lose it. There's no sense in killing an animal for no reason, right? So it's a nice little fish, and we're going to go cook. But first we're going to keep fishing because it's still a really nice low tide.
Oh, took the bait.
Yep. Alright, trying to keep the sun off. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate that. There's a nice big shelf under here. Trying to keep one eye on the water. That's why I've got my shoulder to the actual ocean rather than my back to it. I'm keeping one peripheral on it at all times. I like this spot because at least if it does break, it should be protected a little bit because of these big boulders. But you always got to watch. So one thing to consider when you're even thinking about going out to go poke pull, it's not just the tide that you need to be paying attention to. You also got to pay attention to how large the swell is, so that'll be measured in feet, and then the increment between swells. So it'll be like, in this case, 2 feet or 3 feet at about 7 seconds. If you get into, say, 5 feet at 5 seconds, it's like really piling up. And that larger swell will come in here and just mess everything up, makes your bait go all over the place. Your fish have to fight to just stay where they are, so they're not as interested in feeding. So that's something to pay attention to when you're planning your trip. I feel its presence in the force. It's in there. How about this one? Woo! Yeah. Oh man. Now that's an eel. Dude. Yeah.
Catch one. I don't think I'm keeping it. If Kevin wants it, he can keep it.
I'll keep this one. That's a gorgeous, that might be my PB, man. That's huge.
Do you have a tape?
I do.
Maybe you want to give a measure.
Yeah, let's get it measured. Ooh. Yeah, 23.
23?
23.
Dang, is this your best?
It might be, man. I don't know if it's gonna fit. It's always super funny to me to hang out with Chensi when something is fruiting, because he absolutely goes crazy for wild fruit. And so like today, you know, I think most people would be like, oh, you know, it's wild strawberries, that's kind of cool, but those eels, you know? And he's like releasing these massive eels. He's like, yeah, I catch these all the time. I'm like, hey, check out these strawberries. He's like, oh my God, it's so good. So he doesn't want to leave until we find a few more. But check these out.
But yeah, flavor-wise, really good. I need to get a little faster. Nice. Oh man, this one's big, but it's white. Oh, on white. Oh, this one's too. Oh wow, there's a lot of them. Wild strawberry. Come on. And the wild grapes are usually ready in summer, right?
Late summer. He's like a kid in a candy shop. Every time I take him out for berries.
Candy. It's better than candy. It's like all natural. It's like, oh,
Smells good?
hella good.
Oh man. Dude, that one was like half white and it's still delicious, man.
Yeah?
There's a couple over here that are pretty darn ripe, man. Alright, he's coming.
No, take off the I think. It is the best strawberries I've eaten.
Right here. Ooh, there's another one there.
Nice find. You're not gonna eat some?
Oh dude, I've just had two. They're great.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
look at this one. Yeah, I remember in Mongolia, the kids, when they'd pick them, a lot of them would be part white.
Oh.
And they were still super, super good. Oh, man.
Oh yeah.
It's got such good flavor, dude. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. Man, I'm just amazed on how good they are. Just being so tiny.
Oh, dude, that was perfectly ripe.
Right?
Oh, man. Oh, that was so good.
Dude.
Oh, man.
I don't think I could go back to the store-bought strawberries.
No, dude. Oh, man. It's like
What?
strawberry jam right there.
Right.
Yeah, they're real fragile, so try not to crush it. Just very gently touch it and it'll fall into your hand.
Oh, I saw another one. 2 of them.
Yep.
Nice. Look at how pretty this thing is.
Might go for it then.
Yep.
This needle is spikes everywhere.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, it's kind of like the berries you buy from the store.
Like a raspberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a little tart and seedy.
Oh, so fragrant, man. Nothing beats wild berries flavor. Definitely not as sweet as the wild strawberry, but the flavor, man,
Right?
just
Right.
up there,
Right.
up there. All the berries, man, the flavor is just so much more stronger.
Yep. This is one I usually cook down with a little bit of sugar, and I'll make a sauce, or I'll put it in something that, you know, kind of like a nut, blend it with a few sweeter berries. Alrighty folks, so what we're gonna do is a recipe I've been making for like 10 years. I call it speed ceviche. Traditionally, ceviche, you'll cut up your fish and you put it in raw lime juice and you set it in the refrigerator for like 12 hours. And very slowly, that citric acid will cook the fish. But if you don't leave it long enough, it won't cook all the way through. It leads us to this conundrum where you can make ceviche with pelagic fish that you can make in 5 minutes. Just put some lime over it and it's totally fine because it's safe to eat raw. With rockfish, you really do need to give it that time, or you can do my style, which is speed ceviche. So all I do is cut it up into small pieces, blanch it for 2 minutes, it cooks the fish all the way through, then I set it aside and let it cool, squeeze my lime over it, and just treat it like regular ceviche, and it's totally safe, parasite free, ready to rock. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so Chensi says the elbow meat of the crab, right next to this big claw, has a different texture and that I have to try it. And it looks amazing. Dude! It's got a nice bounce to it. That crab flavor coming through. It's fatty too. That's a good piece. Good, right?
Oh, so refreshing.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Lime. That crab, dude.
Dude. Bomb.
So it's like this nice balance between the crunch of the tostada, the chewiness and flakiness of the crab and the fish. You got a sweetness in the fish and sort of a little bit of this iodine kind of flavor that comes through with the rock crab. I know that sounds weird, but rock crab does have that and it's really good for you. Very distinctive rock crab. Then you got the heat balancing the cool of the lime. Then you got that nice like buttery avocado in there, a little crunch and zing from that onion, cilantro. It's just a really delicious thing.
100. He can really make Mexican food. He owe me a super taco from the future.
One of these days, man.
One of these days, yeah.
I do love some fish tacos. Check out Chensi's channel, Fishing Chef. I'll leave a link or a card or something for it. And yeah, it was super fun hanging with you, man.
Yeah, it's long overdue. Super fun hanging with you always.
Long overdue.
Yeah.
And until next time, keep the old ways alive.
I am Martin 2.0 here. I forgot my mustache or the beer hat.
I think my camera just shut off. Alright, I'm gonna have to do my outro with you.
Okay.
Which leads us to this conundrum where you can make. That's a really loud truck. There you go.
I want to take a bite at this. That's the danger of me cracking the crabs. I might just say, oh.